Hi, y'all. Hi, you guys. Hello, Ewans. Trying to think of every greeting I could come up with. That's not very many. So I could hit your love language. But anyway, I have on my red lipstick. It's been a couple of weeks, I think, since I last talked to all of you. And I came into my art room after I put on my lipstick and I thought, oh my gosh, y'all, look at this light. The light is so beautiful in here right now. So I had to just dive in before I really thought about what I was gonna say. So, but I put on my lipstick and I don't know if you can tell, but I had some dead skin on here. I didn't realize it kind of showed up when I put it on. But red lipstick is very risky in so many ways. So anyway, yes, I hope you will join the Lipstick Solidarity Club. My sisters, my mother, my sisters, my nieces, my daughters, it just sort of happened organically. This love does that. It sort of births new things, and sure enough, they're all wearing their bright red lipstick, maybe bright pink, but isn't that sweet? And it's love, and the concept when I put it on, right, was to joy. It was joy. So trying to remember, oh boy, I could use this today, that oh shoot. What is it? I'm sure some of you know, because one of my family members brought it up, that something comes in the night, but joy comes in the morning. You know, it's sorrow comes in the night, but joy comes in the morning. So to remember that joy will come. So, anyway, I say that as I sit here today. It's, you know, the sun is beginning to make its descent, and I've had a hard day, and so maybe it's metaphorical that the sun is setting, and I can hope for tomorrow. But anyway, as I sit here, I'm feeling like needle pricks in my legs. So it's been a day of pain. As we work on changing pain medications, it gets very painful because you're starting over. So your body has to, you know, it has to go through a little bit of help, because you have to start low and then add. And so, man, all that pain just comes back, and I remember how this started and that the pain medicine was working. And, you know, even though I was still in some pain, boy, it was working pretty well. So today has been a day of literal pain. And so, guys, I wish, did I explain Scleroderma? Yeah, the hardening of the skin, and that there are different kinds, and that mine is the worst. Well, so this is what it's like. I wonder if you know anyone that has scleroderma. I don't think I know anyone. Actually, we found out that someone that Craig knows has it. So anyway. Oh no, I'm rambling. Sorry, guys. Okay, so anyway, what it's like is, think about your skin. Your skin, they call it an organ. It is the largest organ in your body. And it comes from the tip of your head and stretches, I don't know if this is how it goes, but stretches down over you, all over your whole body to the tips of your toes. And when that thing turns against you, it doesn't feel good. It is so horrible. My poor skin has been accosted. And so it's trying to figure out what to do. And it hurts. And it itches. And it burns. And it pops. And it squeals. Not exactly, but it's just terrible. And so it's very weird disease. So, did I tell y'all that I heard of it when I watched a TV movie back in the day? That Bob Saget's sister had it? Did I tell y'all this? That I watched this movie? Did any of you see it? It was in the 1990s, and I liked Bob Saget. He was so much fun, and so I was interested in the movie. And it was a horrifying movie. I still can't believe this. Okay, she had scleroderma. But of course, there are new treatments since she lived. So it would not be as terrifying today. But I don't know. Anyway, I watched the movie and I was like, that's the worst disease I could ever imagine having. That is the most scary and horrible disease I could ever imagine having. Anyway, I just repeated myself, and because it needed repeating. And so then when I got it, I thought, well, that can't be that disease, could it be? So basically what I remember feeling about the movie was that she hardened up. Her whole self hardened up. But that's not exactly right, surely. What I remember is her being in a hospital bed, and she couldn't eat because her face had hardened and her mouth had shrunk with the thickening of her skin, and she couldn't talk. And then it just started hardening her organs, and that's how she died. Pretty terrible, right? And I do feel for Bob Saget, because that is what happened to his sister. I mean, you know, I don't remember. It's different than what I'm remembering, I'm sure. But it's so weird to have it now. Life is so weird. I also don't remember if I told you that sorry, I'm trying to remember. If I told you that there's a social aspect of this that is the most terrifying of all. I mean, there's the pain aspect that I feel like, you know, they can get a hold of. We're still trying, but I feel like surely, let me let Craig know. Hey Craig, I'm doing a video. He didn't hear hear me. Oh well, guess that means we won't hear him. Anyway, let's see. So, yeah. So there's the physical aspect that is really frightening, like because I'm in pain now, and but they're supposed to be able to get a handle on your pain, and so I'm still hoping for that. But there's a social aspect, and sorry, Craig's feeding the dogs, and I hear him fussing at Louie, but I hope y'all can't hear that. Okay, this is so random. Back to the point. Okay, your body changes, as you can see. My hands, which once were thought to be, could be in a TV commercial. Well, I can hardly straighten them now. Can't really do much. Well, where else is that going to happen? So there are common places that scleroderma hardens and thickens, and it's also your face. I have cried so much about this because okay, I put on some mascara for the first time in weeks to match my lips, to match my hair, which my friend did today for me. Y'all, okay, I think I'm more vain than most, but I know anybody would struggle with this. God may give the grace that the treatment and the way this disease manifests in my personal body, maybe it won't change my face that much. But it does do that to a lot of patients with scleroderma. So it hardens the skin, it thickens and hardens, and so it narrows our mouths. Did you see that? I said our. I am learning that I do have this, that there's not a doorway out of this, that I have this. Okay, so there is like a trademark look of many of us who have scleroderma, and it is a narrowing of the mouth and I don't remember, maybe a thinning of the lips, but it's narrowing this way, and often the mouth hardens too, like Bob Sagets' sister, and people have trouble getting dental care. And I talked to my dentist this week, and he said, come on in, we'll figure out how to get your mouth cleaned, because I actually had canceled a dental appointment about 2 months ago, just simply because I had noticed, along with my hands and some other things showing up, it hurt to open my mouth wide. Something is going on with my mouth. But he said, he's a friend, and he said, come on in, we'll figure out how to get your teeth cleaned the way that's comfortable for you. And but so he said one of the things that goes along with scleroderma also is like receding of the gums more quickly. And I already have that, but I think it's much more pronounced. And so you have long teeth, and you just look very different from how you looked before. And it's not in the positive. So, you know, here I am, I've been talking on some of the videos about aging, and I really thought that, that my, shoot, cut, I don't know how to edit. Where are my tissue? Okay, good, no tissue, that means I can't do this. So anyway, you know, you're gonna look different. I'll probably look different. And how long that will take, I don't know. And my disease has been aggressive. So I haven't seen the expert yet in Houston. That will be in 2 weeks. So please pray that that doctor's heart begins to be prepared for me, that she, you know, protect her life in the meantime. And yeah, so pray for Dr. Mays. And so, but anyway, I will grieve. So anyway, I was talking on here about aging and how just dealing with that, you know, with just, you know, my ego, my vanity, and praise God, I'm not alone. It's kind of a universal thing. But, you know, you can see what we all as women do. We do a range of things. And I was trying to lean in gracefully to aging and try to accept the fact that, you know, my face is changing. My face is sagging. My, you know, everything about my face is sagging. I was, you know, thinking. And, you know, my face was changing, my eyes, my lips, my cheeks, everything was changing. But this is going to be real different from that. So, and my doctor has said that the disease has been aggressive. So I don't know if every part of it's going to be aggressive. Not necessarily. Like my hands were aggressive. The thickening of the skin on my legs has been wild. So, and this has not been wild, kind of the pain on to open my mouth, but it's been there. So anyway, I know it will be hard for all of you if I have significant facial changes. And as I told Sarah yesterday, we were talking and I told her, shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that I think it'll be more helpful for us all to talk about it openly. Like, you know, maybe as major changes happen or something, for when you walk in the room or I walk in the room, for us to hug and cry about the changes instead of it being like a pink elephant in the room and acting like I'm the same. But, because I know you all love me, but you will grieve the person I was. I'm so grateful that this disease does not take my brain, like Alzheimer's. So I'm very grateful for that. If I can just truly, truly get over my ego. And you know, yeah. I mean, the hard part is if others have a hard time with my face, if somehow they would still see me, that would be great. But, so it's gonna be a hard go. Let's see. Oh, this is me rubbing my knee all the way around. It's starting to itch. Okay. As the sun goes down, my skin starts to itch. Okay. So, let's see. Just while I mentioned Sarah, another funny, I don't know, funny, no, whatever, odd change is that when I was talking to her, I think Craig brought me a cookie? I don't know. What was it, Sarah? But he brought me some milk because I always have to have milk with my sweets, but I used to have it icy cold. I mean, this was the law. And so I had to drink my milk right away because fresh out of the fridge. And I like to drink milk with anything. So I know, maybe I'm lactose intolerant or whatever, but I'm not. So I love milk. And but now I can't stand being cold because it makes my skin hurt. Yes, can you believe it? So Craig had brought me a cookie or something. I can't picture what was happening exactly, and I had some milk warmed up in the microwave. Oh my gosh. I'm just realizing how crazy that is. And Sarah said, it's like a baby's milk in the bottle. So anyway, yes, this is the life of someone who's coming to terms with the diagnosis of scleroderma. So, and someone who has been adopted and chased after and purchased and adored by God. Yeah. So I'm definitely coming along with that. I see that I'm up to 22 minutes. So I'm going to close pretty quick here. Well, okay, so let me say, things to pray for. Craig and I went to the doctor this morning, and we were just sort of having a follow-up, and we had started to think that maybe of the systemic kinds of scleroderma, there are two, one's limited and one's diffuse. You can tell that limited would be good, right? Well, and we were starting to hope I had limited, but she just looked at me and said, you have diffuse. So I don't know what that means. And I'm not sure anybody knows what that means for me. Sorry, get off my screen. The really hard part is nobody really knows what that means for me. But Dr. may have more of an idea of that than, she will have more of an idea than the doctor I see now, because the doctor said so. And, but I hope you can't hear my background noises. Craig now making a smoothie with the loudest blender in the world. Yep, we're normal people, guys. We live. I live. I might have on beautiful lipstick, but we live normal lives. So anyway, while he's doing that, I'll get closer. Okay, and 24 minutes. Dr. Mace may have more of an idea of that, but one of the hardest parts about scleroderma is that people's bodies all react very differently to the disease itself, to the medications tried, and there aren't that many medications and stuff like that. So, and with the diffuse, sometimes the hardening happens to your organs. I think I did tell you that last time. And so, but when that might happen, if it was going to happen, it might not happen. And you're checked regularly to make sure it's not happening. So you're pretty safe. But anyway, just I think the wondering about what's going to happen to my face, I care more about than what's going to happen to my lungs or my liver or my heart. Can y'all understand that? You can tell me in the comments if you'd be more afraid of your lungs hardening. Yeah, that sounds pretty scary. But the social aspects feel more scary to me. Yeah, at least that's where I am right now. I'm sure I'll go back and forth and all the way around and whatever. So practical things you can pray for are that I will figure out some ways to be comfortable with my skin, literally comfortable in my skin. And, if there are ways, Lisa has been doing some research on support groups and she's finding that there are tips, but I wonder if they work. And so hopefully it will work. And I'm trying to talk over Craig. And, I should have told him I was going to do this. So anyway, so hopefully I'll remember to put in the comments if there are more specific prayer needs. I know there are. And just, my spiritual, he's having to talk so loud to the dogs. I'm not sure what the world's going on. Anyway, but my spiritual relationship is just so beautiful right now. And I'm so grateful, and all of you praying for me, I know is a huge part of that, and that God loves that, and He loves you. He loves being with you as you're talking about me and talking about all the other stuff you pray for. He is with us. He is not against us, and He has shown that to us most largely in His Son. And Romans 8 happened to come up today. I guess it was in the Lectio 365 if you do that. So I know He is for me, and He is for me and Craig, and for me and all my family, and all of you love me. He's for all of us. We must learn this together. I love you all. Talk to you soon. And subscribe to my channel. I like my channel, and I like developing it, like having more of my friends and family find it. It really blesses my life. And if you subscribe, it helps all that happen. So love you. Bye.